Hey there, my dude. Today I'm gonna be implementing a climbing system into my game. You see that mountain far away? You are gonna be able to climb it. If you have enough stamina, that is. The biggest source of inspiration that I used here is, obviously, Kong. Nah, I'm joking. Well, at least I hope it doesn't look like Kong in the end. On the new Zelda games, there's this climbing system that allows you to climb onto any surface. This consumes your stamina and you can even do dashes to move faster. My idea is to do basically this, a mechanic where you can stick to any surface even if it is all uneven like the slope of a mountain. Or even like a big floating boulder. What, you've never seen that in any game before? Resident Evil 5 anyone? Okay, maybe we don't necessarily have to climb any surface ever, but even then the system should take all of that into consideration. But there's a catch. This is not the entire mechanic, as we also need to make fixed logic for some specific use cases. When you're climbing a wall and reach the top, for example, we need an animation to transport you from a climbing state to a standing up state, above the obstacle. Or when you're to the side of a wall that makes a 90-degree angle from where you are, we need an animation that is going to make the character turn to the side you want them to turn. Not just for the inner walls, but also external walls, like when you're on the outside of a boxed building, for example. So the mechanic needs to be versatile enough where you can climb any slope, but it also needs to conform to flat surfaces. To make all of this work, I created a climbing component for the player. This component is going to be responsible for detecting if there's a wall in front of you, and if there is one, it starts the climb. Then to detect the angle the character needs to be on, the component also does several collision traces in front of you, and these traces are marked by these red lines. The component then takes all of the collisions it detected and it calculates the average location and angle of the surface, and then it rotates your character to always face whatever angle the surface has. And if you press space while moving, the character jumps into any direction, and if you press space while holding S, you let go of the climbing. You can also jump back if you just press space, and with this we can even do some parkour challenges like in Prince of Persia or something like that. The component can also handle any flat surface situations, and it will be doing a lot of different traces to the sides to detect if you're near a surface to move towards it. But this free climbing system also comes with a couple of game design issues. Depending on the area that you're in, the climbing can break the game. Let's say you're on a level on my dungeon where there's a broken bridge and you gotta go around the room and fight off against some enemies, and after that I design an area where you gotta like crouch under it and then unlock a shortcut or something like that. With this climbing system you can just go over the bridge and this level design kind of becomes just background noise or just a suggestion. Even in Zelda, for example, the climbing is very limited inside of the shrines, and there's a reason for that. So the completely freeform climbing is not something that would work for my game, at least. This climbing mechanic was implemented in the game for months now, but I had it disabled for a while because it didn't really fit in the things like dungeons or even in the open world. But there's a specific use case where this is gonna work really well, and I'm gonna use it a bunch. It is going to be something that the climbing will complement instead of break, and I'm gonna reveal that in the next videos. Thank you for watching. Well, let me know what you guys thought of this mechanic in the comments. And I'll be using this in dungeons, but basically there will be specific surface types that you're gonna be able to climb. And I'm also wanting to do vertical challenges where you have to quickly move through them while climbing, kind of like the old God of War games.